Welcome to New Gameplay. Today I'm Kyle Hilliard here with Brian Shea.
Hello.
Brian, what is this game called? I struggled to keep the name of all these Kirby games in my head. What is this one called?
This is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. It is a remaster of a 2011 Wii title just called Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And it's 12 years old, and gotta say it holds up pretty well. I know they've added like kind of the shiny coat of paint that a lot of HD remasters get. But on top of that, like they add a lot of content. They add some new copy abilities for Kirby, and they add a place called Merry Magoland, which is a place where you can play like the sub games of past and I guess a couple of new ones, past Kirby games and a couple of new sub games that they call them.
Gotcha.
So there's like the mini games from like games like Kirby Superstar, Squeak Squad, and other Kirby titles.
It wasn't until like we started talking and playing that I do remember playing this a little bit when it came out on Wii, because I remember former game formatter Dan Reichert reviewed it, and I remember helping him play a little bit of it. But it's just been a while, and there are a lot of Kirby games. It's crazy how quickly they get so many of them out. Oh, I wanted to steal that guy's power. I messed this all up.
Yeah, so that guy that you just killed, the one before the fire guy, was actually one of the new abilities. It's the sand copy ability, and that'll allow you to have full domain over sand. But I mean, I think there is another one further up.
I want this one.
You want that one?
He looks like he's gone Super Saiyan.
He does. Yeah, so there's the little like slide mechanic that he has when he like thrusts forward, but he also can like, just toss sand at people, and one of his like strong attacks is like kind of like a Spider-Man Sandman hand, which was a lot of rhyming that I didn't mean to do.
How do I do? Yeah, do you know how off the top of your head how I do that Sandman attack? Is it?
So I think you just sit still and then do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I was moving. I couldn't stop moving.
Yeah, you're just on the move. You're a man on the move. You're a pink puffball on the move. So yeah,
that's right. This
is just the base game that everybody is seeing right now. We're trying not to spoil too much because this adds an epilogue to the main story after you beat the game. There's also an easy mode kind of deal going on if you want it. It's completely optional, but it's Magalore Helper. Magalore is the one of the new characters that was introduced in this game, and you're helping him get back to his home planet or his home dimension by repairing his ship. Oh, you got to get a fire guy and light that fuse back there. I don't know if you have a fire guy around here though.
Yeah, I'll see. If I run into another one, I'll grab him.
So once you do that, and like after the events of the main game, he kind of doesn't have any powers, so he's going around and trying to. You got to help him regain his powers, but you play as Magalore in that epilogue, and basically it controls kind of like a like almost like a Mega Man style game, because he has like he's very projectile based, and you keep unlocking new abilities and everything. But then there's Magalore Helper mode, which I was talking about as well. That's basically like the easy mode, where if you fall into a pit, he will like fish you out, or if you're low on health, he'll throw you health items.
Lakitu style.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. But yeah, so that's optional. And then there's also like, when you beat the game, there's still the extra mode, which adds extra challenges. There's challenge stages that you can do. And then I will say that like the boss fights in the Magalore epilogue are actually like pretty good like upgrades in terms of like how challenging they are, because they're like modified versions of the base game bosses.
And I think you might have said it, but those modes, the Magalore stuff, like you have to beat the core game first, or can you get them earlier than that?
The epilogue, you have to beat the core game. For Magalore Helper, that's available right off the bat. So if you want to like play it, it's like if you're somebody who's never played Kirby before, or you're not really familiar with platforming games, you can play that, or you're playing with a kid. Like those are very helpful in that regard.
Yeah, Kirby's always kind of been designed to be like every single Kirby game is like trying to be somebody's first game. I feel like that Nintendo's always sort of conscious of that. This is a good introduction to video games.
But like this one, like this is one of the ones where like I remember like Epic Yarn was pretty easy, and I think Star Allies was pretty easy. This has some challenging moments later on in the game, so it's not like a walk in the park. It's actually pretty difficult in places, especially the epilogue and then the extra story mode that you do unlock when you beat the game.
That actually kind of incentivizes me to kind of be more interested in checking it out. It's like, oh, I like Kirby when it gets hard, which never really gets like impossible or anything.
Yeah, there were definitely some times in the Magolor epilogue where I was like, oh, I am struggling with this boss battle. It's
nice.
In particular the boss battle, but there's also like keeping your combo meter up. Like it gets very like action and combat oriented in the epilogue, which is interesting because like I feel like the Kirby story is kind of more based in like puzzles and having the right power to do what you want to do, and also some platforming.
Yeah.
Whereas the Magolor stuff is more like combat and keeping like your combo high, and like you upgrade him based on like what you want to do. Like he actually has like an upgrade tree or like an upgrade system that like based on. You better watch out. You're about to prove everybody that.
I was talking about how easy Kirby is, and here I am like about to get killed by bonkers.
But yeah, like Magolor Epilogue is a lot more challenging and a lot more combat focused, and also gives you like upgrades. So yeah, just keep hitting him. He'll die, or you can swallow him.
Give me that hammer. That's what I want.
I think he would have dropped that regardless.
Don't tell me what to do.
But yeah,
Brian.
if you do co-op, so you can do co-op locally, which is kind of a bummer because I would have liked to have online co-op. But
do you know if that's how the Wii version was? Was it just local?
It was. Yeah.
It was okay. That's not too surprising.
So, I mean, think about it. Like, even on the Wii U, a lot of Nintendo games were only local co-op. Like,
yeah.
Mario 3D World was not online until the Switch version. Good job.
That little UFO, has that always been there for Kirby?
I don't know.
Because the reason I ask is Hal made another game, Part-Time UFO, where you play as that little thing, and I was wondering if that's like was added for this version or if that's always been there. I assume it's always been there.
I would imagine so, because like one thing that I've learned about Nintendo is like even the smallest of details, when like you like see a remastered game of theirs, they're gonna point out every little thing. Like, oh, in this one, like Kirby smiles more. So like I'd imagine they would have pointed that out, like when I had the preview meeting with them prior to playing the review game or playing the review build. But yeah, like the co-op, like you play as Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Bandana Waddle Dee, which they all have like their own distinct powers. But the best way to do it is just to like do 4 Kirbys, and they let you do that. Like you just do like the different color Kirbys, kind of like if you play like all Kirbys in Super Smash Brothers. So there's like a blue Kirby and stuff like that. But
yeah, that was one of the bummer things about Forgotten Land, was that if you wanted to do co-op, you were kind of stuck. The co-op person was stuck as like the more boring character, and there was not really much you could do about that. Maybe that game wouldn't have worked with multiple Kirbys, but I'm glad to hear that you can do multiple Kirbys.
Yeah, so like if you want to do like the copy abilities, because obviously Meta Knight and King Dedede can't do the copy abilities, but Kirby can, so you can just have 4 Kirbys running around if you want. And that's nice that they kind of give you that ability. But yeah, like the copy abilities are great. The new stuff fits right in with the old stuff. I think this level might have a mecha that you can get. That's just gonna be the same ability. Yeah, slide on down like that.
Nice. That's just good gaming right there.
It's very satisfying until you sink to the bottom and drown. Kirby cannot drown though. But yeah, you're playing right through it. You're in the second world,
I might be the best
correct?
Kirby player there ever was. I mean, I'm speedrunning it right now.
It's entirely possible. I mean, I certainly
look. I'm playing as Meta Knight technically.
Technically. Oh, you missed it.
I mean, I guess I could go back. Well,
you could, but why would you? I think that let's see if there's this next section might be the area I was thinking of. I'm trying to remember where the mecha ability was, so we can show that off. But maybe not. Oh wait. Oh well. You don't do it. But there's the water guy. That's a fun ability.
Oh, weird. He's got like.
I do like how he surfs when like you run.
That is cool.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this game. I remember loving it when I was I remember loving it when I was playing it on the Wii, because I Epic Yarn, it was kind of like a Wind Waker situation for me, where initially I just really didn't like that art style, and it wasn't what I was like.
That's the only thing I like about the game.
Like, I don't know, like, it just wasn't, like, I was like, yeah, it's cool looking, but, like, it also, like, I heard how, like, easy it was, and then, like, I didn't really care too much for the art style initially, but, you know, I've come around on it in the time since, just like I have with Wind Waker. Yeah, you better get some food. And with this, I remember being like, oh, this is, like, an actual, like, as the name implies, it is a return to, like, kind of like the Kirby's Dream Land style of gameplay, and
yeah, it's like, it's traditional Kirby, you know?
Yeah, and like I said earlier, like, it was all kind of like the series was very much mired in gimmicks at this point, at least in the console realm. Like, this was like the first traditional platforming game in, like, I think like 7 years at that point to come on to a console. I think some like the DS or something had some more traditional Kirby games, or Game Boy Advance or something, but like this one was kind of like the console's return to that style, and I remember loving it back then, and I like it even more now because of the various improvements and the added content.
Cool.
Oh, the music's getting intense here.
Are there any? I haven't unlocked the sort of late game stuff, but I don't know if there was anything else that we wanted to show off or anything, or do you think this is a good look at?
I mean, at risk of spoiling anything else, I think that we should probably avoid the Magalore epilogue, and I'm sure, you know, not to encourage people to... Oh, wait, go back down. Use that...
Oh, I thought it was invincible.
Oh, no.
But I'm more powerful is what it is, right?
Yeah, you have basically a super weapon.
Oh, okay. For some reason, yeah, I don't know why I thought I was invincible.
You want to destroy these guys, basically, with that weapon.
Oh, so I should make my way back down?
Yeah, oh boy.
Remember earlier when I said I was like the best Kirby player?
And that all Kirby games are easy? Okay, so yeah, just attack with this, like... Okay, now just move that around
and I'm
take
controlling
all these fools
that. That's
out.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is one of a few different super weapons. One gives you a giant sword. One, like, allows you to turn into a snowball and run, like, roll around, taking all those guys out.
I got to use like my giant attack for just that little guy. That's funny. Take that, Easter Island head statues. I don't know. And this is on a timer. It looks like, yeah. So.
Yeah, but you have a good amount of time here.
There we go.
So I noticed you were collecting a lot of those collectibles, so I figured you would want that stuff, but. You're going to want to keep doing that as you climb higher, because that's going to... Usually when you get one of these, like, ultra abilities, it will enable you to unlock a... I think they're called... Are they called dimensional rifts? Or... but it's like one of, like, the bonus areas. I think that's the guy that... No, he gives you a maximum tomato. So get that. And then, I believe... Pretty soon you're going to... You're going to have the ability to go to one of, like, the bonus stage type areas that are actually... Yeah, so just destroy all these guys.
Get out of here, idiots.
There you go. You got it. So jump into that.
Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And so is it... But this is all stuff that was in the original, right? Like, these
Correct.
There aren't really, like...
So these little stages...
Like these sections aren't really new, right?
Correct. Okay. But these stages are actually a pretty substantial jump up in difficulty, just because you have that wall that's behind you that you have to outrun, and they often give you some,
if it looks like I'm ignoring stuff, I'm just actually trying to outrun the wall behind me.
And actually, when you play the extra story mode, that wall goes faster.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it is adding extra challenge, and it's moving pretty fast right now.
You can't get me, fish.
So the trick here, yeah. There you go, now keep up with it.
I can do this. Oh, that was it. It ended. Okay. I don't need.
There are sometimes some segments in these modes where they, like, really get you, like, it goes for a while, and it's just like playing the game of keeping up with it so it doesn't go off screen.
Right, so you don't lose it, yeah. Oh, that wall, it's right there, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay, I'm like right here.
Yeah, you did it.
I could like chill. I could like take a nap.
But yeah, like I've had a really good time playing this game. And the combo-based system in the Magalore, I would get the whip, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you're about to do a boss battle here, or a mini boss.
Indiana Jones my way out of this.
Good thing he's not a
Belong in a
snake.
museum.
those spheres belong in a museum. But yeah, the combo mode in the Magalore epilogue is a lot of fun, and I really did enjoy like upgrading him and like being like, oh well, if I upgrade this one part of his skill set, it'll unlock this new ability, or it'll make it so the combo meter lasts longer, or it'll make it so that I throw 2 bombs instead of 1, and it's really a cool upgrade system that makes it distinct from how Kirby plays and how you progress throughout Kirby as like his main story.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a good time with the game overall, as I've said a few times now. But yeah, I think this is a better version of an already very solid game.
Also, yeah, it's making the Switch like the Kirby Central, like just about it between all the like. Oh, actually, wait, was Kirby added as a Game Boy game? I don't know, but pretty soon every Kirby game you ever wanted will be on Switch. Just give it time.
I mean, there is actually, if you go to the main menu, there's like a little section that says Past Adventures, and it's just like all the games that are on Switch and 3DS that like basically an advertisement for like, hey, you can buy these games if you like this one.
Nice.
But like, I mean, I think that Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a slightly better game, but this is also a very good game. I would say this is one of the better Kirby mainline games, and I'm glad it's finally on Switch and plays very well.
Cool. And there's you can check out Brian's full review, I believe, on GameInformer.com, right? I don't want to speak for you.
You can.
Cool.
It is available on Friday, which is February 24th, and I gave it an 8.75 out of 10.
Nice. Cool. Well, Brian, thanks for showing me around in Kirby. Kirby's fun. Who's going to complain about Kirby,
Maybe King Dedede would.
I guess that's true. But even he's like part of this adventure. So
yeah, now he's like a friend, so who knows? He's a frenemy.
A frenemy, right. Cool. Well, thanks so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for playing.